All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves another game, another you, another me, in the bottom side of the map, playing as the blue set. I'm going to flip it this way because he's slightly on the bottom right side of the map. His name is Matador. His opponent today already doing something funky. I saw it on the thing and I had to be like, what's going on here? In the red color, it is Husk Soup. And he has an early temple up. And not only is it an early temple, he's got 4 oracles out. Not only does he have 4 oracles out, he's grabbing himself the first relic, Ring of Nibelung. I am very interested right now in the idea of hard favor strats with Atlantean, especially versus Egyptian, because they're not able to punish it in the same way that, say, a Norse can punish it, or even a Greek can punish it. And what do I mean by favor strats? I mean early oracles. Like, okay, if we remember back to like early retold, what Egyptian players were doing were they were going 2, 3, 4 monument starts with mass Sphinx and absolutely dominating, such to the fact that the devs did need to step in and make some changes there. Atlantean can do that too. And it arguably costs less than what it costed the Egyptian player. Now, the difference is between a Sphinx and, say, a Promethean or an automaton is that there's a big difference in the numbers there, right? Like, in terms of how strong those units are. But they can do it. It costs what, 600 resources, 700 resources to get yourself to 10 oracles. And they obviously can get killed easier than the Egyptians. I'm not comparing one thing to the other, but I am comparing one thing to the other in the fact that the idea is the same. Nice quick advance time with a whole bunch of oracles. This build is really nice from Soup. He's going Prometheus. The idea has to be Valor's citizens plus Prometheans. And this is going to be something that, generally speaking, is difficult to deal with the Egyptians. Especially if they go 2TC. Because they have to figure out how much gold to get. They have to go, how many priests do I build? And then they get run over by, even though they have a couple of priests, and they get run over because they underestimated the amount of myth unit that can come. Or in even the case of the automaton, it doesn't even matter how many priests you have because the automaton are actually beating the priest population-wise. Yeah, you heard me right. The automaton will beat priest population-wise. And if the automaton win that fight, then they rebuild themselves. So yeah, there's it's a difficult one for the Egyptians. I'm here saying, yeah, it's difficult. There are some angles, though. I'm not saying it's broken. I'm just saying there's angles to deal with it. But we'll see exactly what the plan is here for Soup. It looks like he's going for a 1 town center play. He goes double military barracks. He's got a butt ton of favor in the bank. He's only going for 3 oracles. I say only. He's got 3 oracles and an oracle hero. Technically, that's 4 oracles. But only 3 oracles. 6 oracles, excuse me. And we'll see what the plan is. Because I imagine he is just going to be going everyone onto food, Mermillo Prometheans, and just seeing if a death ball can be beaten. That's got to be the game plan from Soup. As over onto this side, and you can see the Promethean does beat the priest. I mean, this is a classical priest, obviously, and it does somewhat make sense that one Promethean would beat one priest because the priest would be sitting on the back line often, not taking damage. But if he's getting whacked, he will be losing. So it does make sense. A couple now. Therma are on the way. Sky Passage is coming up for Soup, as he does scout out what's happening to some degree. It is important when... Oh, there is a Valor to be dropped here. And I think Soup's going to be okay to survive. That's a nice little raid there from Matador. But I think the idea here is with any of these sort of one town center strats as Uranus, you got to be very keyed into, is my opponent playing one town center or going two town center? Because that changes how you want to approach this. If he goes two town center, you might want to rush up to 10 oracles, drop 2 temples. These Promethean offspring, find a villager, pick a villager, deny the walls. Nice play there as the villager to move forward now. Sky Passage on the front. With all this favor income, you can build 1 billion Sky Passages. Yeah, so when you get the Promethean upgrade called Alluvial Clay, every Promethean turns into 3 Promethean offsprings instead of 2. So it is a really, really big upgrade. It also gives a little bit of HP to boot. But Sky Passage in the middle of the map gives a little bit more food access. Suppe does have still quite a bit of wood income here, and he is making Carbalister, so it's not like he's full going. It's not like he's full committing into these Prometheans. And I think this is also somewhat interesting, is to bank up the favor and just be having it coming in earlier, like a la one of the the early Greek favor strats that I've been toying around with. You don't have to spend all the favor right away. You can save it for the heroic age, or you can save it for the mythic age, and you can spam out all the myth units in that moment, and it can be really, really strong. Bit of a shockwave to come through as Suppe is ready to take a bit of a fight. These are generally pretty tough to win at this stage of the game, but he is going for it. Does manage to pick off a bunch of units as Matador he's trying to get a heroic age in here. And that makes sense that the fight is going Suppe's way. So he charges forward, trying to take out all these units, doing what he can. A couple of villagers over here do get caught out as the Terma on the back line here getting a little bit, not really getting the value in there, but a Valor onto the Carbalister as the Wadjet does end up going down. Villagers popping out, Spearmen coming through here, Pharaoh doing what it can to take out the Terma, and everything else as the Prometheans now hitting more villagers. Look at the village differential now, 32 to 22 as Suppe, have to say, in a very, very good position here. Now, given the position, one very, very nice way to play this now would be to drop another temple, because your opponent's going to run out of gold here. But drop another temple and go heavy on Prometheans. So you're going to take villagers off of wood, take villagers maybe even off of gold. You jump into the Sky Passage that isn't in the main base, pop onto the front here, grab the pheasants. We've got a Sky Passage over here, or you go over to this side, doesn't matter. And then you just start pumping those Prometheans. And anytime a second gold mine comes through, life is going to be very, very tough for Matador. Is Maddie El Matador? Yes, yeah, they're the same. One and the same. And the Promethean still coming in. 1 or 2 priests to come help out is just not going to be enough on these fights. There's just so much value inside of these Prometheans. The Terma on the back do end up falling. Units getting pushed back. Every little bit of damage here that Suppe inflicts onto Matador brings Suppe one step closer to being able to set up this gold starve over here. The only thing that the next move here, actually, the real next move is to set up a Sky Passage over on this side with an Oracle up to the top so he can see this gold mine. Can he see it? He can't see it. But yeah, if he's up onto this spot, he's got a Sky Passage over here, a Sky Passage over here. No movement for the set, and you simply just win. Matador trying to push out here, trying to get some damage done onto these Prometheans. Shockwave there onto the slingers to get a little bit more damage done as the Promethean can charge in here. These things are so good. Axemen aren't useful. Spearmen aren't useful. They're just a frontline body. You need priests. Where's the Pharaoh at? Get the Pharaoh in the fight. This guy is 100% needed as well. Maybe Matador has an angle here to walk over here, get the wall up, and get the wall up. And then he can play defense behind here with enough priests. There's an angle there to hold. But I think this is going to be super tough. There's going to be another shockwave. I wouldn't be surprised to see Soup go for like another oracle here. All of his oracles sitting in his base for the moment. As a little bit of a... He could move this guy into a safe position over here. But nonetheless, we'll see if... We'll see if Soup can make this work, or if Matador can get out of this position. It's a Promethean ball charging in. There's this like... What is this classical army going to do? Like, you kind of just sit on... Like, look at the Pierce armor. They have... I mean, never mind. They got 25% Pierce armor, but look at the stats. They have 233 Pierce armor at base. Then you add 40% on that. Or is it 20? They add % on that. And Soup's saying, let's go. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to play a contained game. Let me charge in here. He gets some damage. He pulls back. Doesn't overstay. He sees the gold mine is now expired. The Oracle is now in position to check this gold mine. So there's not going to be any gold mine sneakages. I do not see a way through here for Matador anymore. 2 priests, a pharaoh. That's it. Villagers coming over here for the Cerro. There's no gold income. He wants to get over here onto this gold mine. The temple getting taken down is going to hurt even more because that's where you're getting your priests from. Even though he's got no gold, he has to now get gold from the gold mine, build a temple. As the Prometheans will swing around here, Matador quick to react. There is a shockwave, not really available, but it's on the cards as well. Nephthys has managed to be clicked here. But what's that going to do? Click Ancestors and try and get up a Migdol with 0 gold in the bank? And then it gets torn down anyways by all the Prometheans? Copper Mail coming in. I still just want to see Soup delete this Sky Passage and put a Sky Passage in here. If he gets a Sky Passage over here, this game, there's just nothing that you can do. There's no, like, sneaky move. Because the units can just be anywhere on the map and you have full vision. Like, look at the vision that Soup has. Like, we always talk about Egyptians' vision when they're in map control, but Oranos' vision is arguably better than the Egyptians in this sort of a position. Now, Soup can go to the Heroic Age as well, which makes the Prometheans even stronger. He's got himself up to 8 Oracles as well, because why not? Scorpion Man, Slinger is all that is possible, as Matador will make his last-ditch effort to get over here. Look at the army of Promethean here. Ancestors gets dropped down. The Scorpion Man does get a huge amount of damage with that special onto everything there. But the population is a melting for Matador. Matador can keep on scooting all he likes, but the Promethean are on top of these slingers. The minions on the back are literally doing nothing here. And the gold mine is not going to be able to get mined from, meaning 0 gold and 0 chance here for Matador. So Scorpion Man goes down. And the rest of these, I don't know what else Matador can do. I mean, is he selling? You can sell wood for gold. but soon there's going to be a chaos coming. I mean, you could go Thayer here as well, and then you can get the Thayer upgrade to boost your favor income even more, and you can get Dryads to just add insult to injury for the myth unit spammage. We are going to be seeing Hyperion, because generally you go Hyperion versus barracks units. But Matador taps out, and Soup does manage to get the dub with his Promethean spammage. Look at these bad boys. You guys, they got nerfed once upon a time, but they're still good. Just because something gets nerfed doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's less oppressive. It got nerfed because it was broken. But now it's still good. Now let's talk about what Matador probably could have done here. He probably should have had somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 15 priest. Maybe Wadgets as well would have been really nice. He was trying to get to the heroic age here, which might have been a misread on the situation. Spamming units might have been a better call. He obviously pulled out of the heroic age and then went into units anyways. But at that stage, he was maybe too far behind. Favor collected here. Absolutely through the roof. 410 favor at 16 minutes. Nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the follow on Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.